Welcome to this episode of our podcast, where we dive into the fascinating world of coding and how tools like GitHub are transforming the way developers work. Today, we're exploring several key features of GitHub that are not just streamlining coding, but also nurturing open source innovation. So let's kick things off with a bit of context. GitHub has become this powerhouse platform for developers. You can think of it as a social network for coders, where people collaborate on code, share ideas, and learn from one another. It's not just about storing code, it's about building a community. One of the standout features, and probably one of the most discussed, is GitHub Copilot. Imagine having an intelligent assistant sitting next to you while you code, suggesting lines of code or even whole functions. What's incredible about it is how it learns from the vast amount of code available online and adapts its suggestions to your specific project. It's like having a coding mentor you can consult at any time. And that makes me wonder, how has this changed the landscape for new developers entering the field? The generation that's learning to code today has access to tools that we could only dream of a decade ago. It kind of feels like they have a superpower. Now, beyond Copilot, we should definitely chat about actions. This feature automates workflows, making the process of coding not just faster, but smarter. For those who aren't as familiar, actions enable developers to set triggers for tasks, like automatically running tests or deploying code whenever they push changes. It's kind of like setting up an assembly line for code. Everything becomes more efficient. Less time spent on mundane tasks means more time for innovation. How awesome is that? Then there's the area of code review and how it's enhanced collaboration. The ability to manage code changes through reviews helps teams maintain quality while allowing for valuable feedback. And there's something really heartwarming about seeing developers come together to improve each other's work. It's that spirit of collaboration that fuels the tech community, right? And let's not forget about discussions. This allows developers to collaborate outside of just code, sharing ideas, feedback, and best practices. It's like having a roundtable discussion over coffee, but virtually. It's really interesting how fostering these discussions can lead to better solutions and even spark new projects. And speaking of projects, we also have the GitHub Sponsors Program, which empowers developers to fund open source projects. It's exciting to think about how financial support can enhance innovation and sustainability in the open source ecosystem. What do you think the impact of this funding might be on future software development? As we dig into all of these features, from Copilot to actions, code review, discussions, and sponsorship, it's clear that GitHub is more than just a coding tool. It's a platform that embodies community, collaboration, and continuous learning. Before we wrap up, let's think about the future. With AI and automation on the rise, how do you envision the role of developers changing over the next few years? Are we stepping into an era where developers can focus more on creativity and strategic thinking rather than routine coding tasks? All right, that's all for today's episode. Remember, whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting out, tools like GitHub can pave the way for not only productivity, but a rich learning experience. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.